Good morning, Parkside. Welcome to this week's encouragement video. Thank you for tuning in. We are continuing the theme this week of bringing some more material from the book of Exodus that has been encouraging me, and I hope will encourage you. There is so much in this story that just keeps getting, the story's not getting cut, but details I want to bring out to get cut from the Sunday sermon just because we only have so much time. And so I just want to keep bringing you more from the cutting room floor that's kind of just strengthening me, encouraging me. I'm thinking about, here I am in Exodus chapter 3, and you've got this idea, right, that the Egyptians are sort of getting all these buildings in a way for free, right? Because the Israelites are building buildings for the Egyptians, and so they're just like taking off. Their economy's going bonkers, not through their own work, but through the slave labor of the Israelites. And in that context, listen to Exodus chapter 3, verse 21 and 22. I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. When you go, you shall not go empty. But each woman shall ask of her neighbor, and any woman who lives in her house, for silver and for gold jewelry and for clothing, you shall put them on your sons and on your daughters, so you shall plunder the Egyptians. So here it is. These goods are being given by the Egyptians according to the hand of God to the Israelites. And as they go out, what's going to happen? They're going to build a tabernacle that is stunning, leading later to a temple that's stunning. And where are the materials coming from? God is actually providing for this better house, this better tabernacle than any building that was built in Egypt. So the Egyptians are demanding these buildings be built by slave labor. And God is saying there's a better building to be built, and I'm going to provide everything you need. So in a way, God is saying, I not only see your affliction and will care for you in your affliction, but I will give more blessings to you as you leave that than you ever could have imagined. Now, those things obviously don't translate to us in like a one-to-one way that we can count on material blessings from God to build big church buildings and school buildings and all that. I get that, and please don't make that application, because that's not, I think, biblically appropriate. But there is a real way in which God sees his covenant people in their affliction and says, you have every spiritual blessing in the heavenly realms in Christ. There is an inheritance that is for you, this imperishable, undefiled, and unfading, kept in heaven for you by the blood of Christ. And what a confidence that is for us. And in the story, what a beautiful set of divine reversals we continue to see, that God is just turning things where we wouldn't expect, doing things we can't imagine that go beyond all we ask or think. All right, so this is a fun story, and I'm sure looking forward to continuing this coming week. I hope you'll be back with us. We dive in and see the next leg of the story in the middle of chapter 4 and through chapter 5, and it'll be really great. What's coming up this Sunday? We have a sneak peek at the auditorium right after the service, and so we're so excited for that. I hope you'll be here to check it out and see the progress that's being made. I also want to encourage you to check out the Parkside portrait. It's attached to this email. If you haven't read it yet, please do that tonight over dinner if you have a family with them, and read through this vision casting document for our church and what these things could look like. And then men, make note, we are coming up on a men's event. I actually don't have the date right in front of me. I think it's September 11th, but I'll make sure it's the right thing in the text of the email that goes out, and you can check that out as well. Parks, I love you. Hope you have a great week. We'll see you Sunday.